Monday. You already know here in Southern California, nice, sunny, warm day today. Clear skies, hot as fuck, actually. It was like 87 or 88. You already know. Looks like summer's already knocking. So is that lovely weather that people always talk about in Cali. You already know. Decided to hop on, see what everybody was talking about. What's the word of the curve? You heard me. Talk of the town. It's going down. For those interested, I did drop a video on this channel concerning, the Compa Raider and WAC 100 incident, right? That I was getting asked about. Just go peep that out. Because you already know that drama's always popping off on the internet. Actually, it would be a strange day when there's a day that something's not popping off. Huh? It's kind of like, well, what's going on? Like there's a disturbance in the force. Because whenever there's stuff popping up, then you already know, oh, well, this is normal. What's cracking like in Derek? What you getting yourself into, my boy? That's right. Better go get the cheddar. Cheddar ching bing bing. What's cracking like in Ishi? What you getting yourself into, Mr. Pazan? Esa es la buena vida. What's a good life be like? Que es the YouTube streets, as they say. The YouTube blocks. I got done from work early. That's right, my boy. Now you just chilling, relaxing, as you should. Especially in this hot day. It was hot today. Probably because we had a break in the sun. I don't know. But shit seemed hot. And there's nothing worse than, sweating and then going into the cold. That's like the worst. Because then you really feel it, like 2 times full. It's like valiendo shit. It's even worse when you're sweating in the cold. Well, right now it's according to my thermostat right here, it says that it's 87. So that to us is already like scorching. I know other people get to like 130, 120. I don't know how they could survive in that weather. It's like, fuck that. You can cook an egg on the sidewalk. Hi, I'm going to sub. Oh, well, gracias. I appreciate that. Once mine, it's gonna pick up a lot. Yeah, serio, I feel you. That's when it starts to get into the upper 90s, knocking on hundreds. It's my birthday today. Can you say hi? It's late. I mean, happy birthday. Well, happy birthday to you, my boy. I hope you have a good day and, that your wishes come true. And that you get, everything that you want. And to enjoy it. I don't even know what happened to my charger. I hate when I put shit and I can't find it. Because I know I had that shit somewhere up in here. Oh, I can't find it. There we go. Plug it in right. Wait, why isn't it charging? Oh, there we go. How's the battery use? Whoopsie. I was already about to say. Is it charging? Yeah. Have you ever been to Arizona? Nah, to Arizona, no. I know people that stay in Arizona and they tell me it's hot as fuck. They tell me that it gets to like 110, 115 over there, and I'm just like, God damn. Like, fuck that, bro. We ain't trying to do that. And then they have scorpions the size of chihuahuas. And I'm like, yeah, we ain't trying to do all that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just out of what we're trying to do. You know, places like that, like Arizona, even Las Vegas gets as hot as that. You know, I mean, I think sometimes Texas too, but Texas has like the muggy weather, or New Orleans, so they say. You know, like it's kind of like a sauna, which is like the worst too. You know, it's like that sweaty weather. There's rattlesnakes too. Yeah, but at least you can hear the rattlesnakes coming. You know what I mean? Can't hear a scorpion. Yeah, I feel you. They do got rattlesnakes, but rattlesnakes don't get that big though. You know, they roughly, don't grow all that large compared to like a fucking python or anaconda and shit. Pinche fucking dinosaurs. You know, they say that there used to be scorpions the size of fucking that there used to be scorpions the size of like fucking like bears and shit like that. Like, god damn, what the fuck? Like, oh hell no. Like, imagine that. Like seeing the one the size of a horse. Now that's what you call some real shit. Like, so we should be happy that we don't live in those times, right? Yeah, serio. You ain't lying, my boy. Especially because your weapons back then wouldn't have been all that great, so it would have been double the fuck, you know? Yeah, serio. You would have had fucking snakes the size of fucking um rhinos and shit. Like, well, they say that anacondas used to be able to take down a fucking dinosaur before, so que chingados sabe. Yeah, the megalodon, y que chingados. I mean, giant animals do exist. I mean, look at like was it the giant squid or the titan squid or whatever the fuck? And those shits are big as fuck. Like two school buses. Like, damn, my boy. And those motherfuckers have spikes and beaks and everything. And it's like, oh man, we ain't trying to do all that. And it's crazy because some of these animals do look like some like straight out of an alien movie. You know what I mean? Like these fucking types of like the ones that live in the trench. These invertebrate animals. Like creatures like fucking jellyfish and fucking who knows what else. Can you close your nostrils without touching them? Can I close my nostrils without touching them? No, I don't believe I can. That is only an ability that only the most, you know, trained and professionals are able to do. We haven't reached those kind of levels yet. Do you believe in the? Or the maybe some type of something similar to that, right? Maybe not exactly that, right? But kind of like the Bigfoot thing, right? Or the Loch Ness monster, or any of these other creatures that people name, right? Like I believe with time passing by, like, because man, that experiment, right? The telephone experiment. I don't know if you ever heard of it, right? Where you tell a story and then you tell it to somebody else, and then they tell it to somebody else, and you see by the time it gets to the end, the story has changed, right? Because people tend to do that when they're telling a story. So going on human behavior, knowing that humans do that, and not only that, but humans exaggerate as well, right? Especially when they see something that they can't explain, right? So when they see something they can't explain, they tend to exaggerate, on the event that happened, right? So we have, a story that changes and, exaggeration as human behavior, human interaction, right? So I feel like before, because, certain animals are only, in certain places of the world, right? So imagine people back then didn't have the knowledge of certain animals, right? Because they weren't around in the area where they lived at, right? So then imagine seeing these animals for the first time, right? Imagine a person seeing a fucking bear for the first time, or an elephant or some shit like that, right? They see these fucking animals with claws and roaring and standing on its 2 feet, so imagine these people fucking never seen this shit before, so they're going back to their villages and telling them how they seen this fucking creature that was like 10 feet tall and had claws and it was vicious and with the woo, right? So everyone hearing the story, it's gonna sound like they're describing a fucking monster, or some shit like that. So then that story gets passed on and passed on and passed on, right? To modern day times, that people think that these monsters have existed, when in all true reality it could have been just a fucking regular creature that we know of now, right? But back then they didn't have that knowledge, because like I said, education was, a luxury, and not that many people had you know, the the luck to, be blessed with, education. So they could only go based off these tales that people are saying, right? Same with, like, people say possession or demons or exorcisms or all that shit, right? Could have not been. You see nowadays in modern times, you see people that talk to themselves and go crazy and could even change their voices, and we understand that it's a type of schizophrenia or some type of mental disorder, right? And this is not new to modern times, right? Meaning this shit has always existed. So before, now we have the knowledge. Now we know that it's schizophrenia and this and that. But imagine back then when you didn't have the knowledge of any of this, right? So you seen this for the first time and not knowing, because you're not educated, you're gonna think, of course, this person's possessed, or some kind of demonic force, because what else could it be? You don't have the knowledge of anything else like we do in modern times. So of course people are gonna think it's some kind of demon possession and everything like that, when it could have just been any of these, mental illness that are not new to nowadays, right? It's not like they just randomly started existing. They have always existed, you know. But like I said, education plays a big difference, when it comes to these type of things. But then the other side of the spectrum's not gonna want to hear that, bro, because you're not gonna tell them what they believe is wrong, or what they've been told to believe is wrong. Because the persons that they heard it from are people that they look up to. That's why it's so easy for people to believe in ghosts and ghouls and goblins and monsters and this and that, right? Even when we're talking about like the smallest thing, like even when you're in your house, right, and you know how wind travels, right, and you're able to understand that when wind travels, it's able to close the doors in your household, right? But imagine back then not knowing this knowledge, and you're seeing the door just close while you're in another room. You're gonna think it's a fucking ghost. Why wouldn't you think it's a ghost? But now with education, we are aware how wind works and stuff like that, so we're able to tell that, okay, it's not a ghost and this and that. But back then, like I said, people just, weren't educated. So then the stories get passed down and passed down and passed down and passed down, that people think that this shit exists, bro. Even when houses, when they creak and crack, you already know how heat works. When heat is, beaming down on anything, it expands the material, right? Because heat expands, any type of material. So it expands because it's, getting hit throughout the day. And then in the night, what happens? Everything cools down. What happens to material when it starts to cool down? It starts to take its natural form. So it starts to go back to its natural form. That's why you always hear creaks and cracks in your home. But people think that is these goblins walking or these ghouls, because they don't put no logical, rational sense into stuff. Because it's so complex to understand this stuff. Once you try to break it down to individual on how stuff works, they're not trying to hear all of that, or they don't want to feel that they're uneducated or stupid. So therefore, this answer to them at least makes them feel more comfortable, because they're able to understand this. There's nothing to understand. It's a ghost. It's as simple as that. You don't need to actually, know how stuff works for that. So it makes people feel more comfortable with their insecurities. But it doesn't mean that you're not smart because you don't know this information. You know what I mean? It just means you're just not educated on it. But that don't make you, dumb. But people see it that way. So that's why people instead tend to want to believe this. But overall, that's just my opinion. And it doesn't help that in modern times, right, especially with technology, how people are so good at manipulating stuff, right? Making videos make it seem like this is and that is occurring, right? Because there's individuals out there like to fuck with society that they get these individuals to believe some of these shits that they put out there or these videos, right? I did one to this channel when I first started this channel, right, about this ghost footage that was sent to me, right, by this individual because we were going back and forth. Then I found the individual who actually created the videos, or will fake the videos, right, and explain how he did it, right. And then I threw that video out there, and the guy was kind of like, "Oh," and it's like, don't think that I'm one here that's trying to prove that you're wrong or shit like that. Like, I want to believe what you're saying is true, bro, because that shit would be some interesting stuff, right? But at the same time, I understand how people work, and like, just how you're skeptical about this is and that, and I gotta be skeptical about this is and that as well, right? Kind of like with flat earthers, when they be like, no, all the information you ever been told is a lie, because it's being fed to you. And it's like, bro, so you're telling me that this information is a lie, but I should believe your information? Why? It's the same thing. It's still information being fed to me by a source, just like you're saying on this side. So why am I going to believe your side if you're telling me that don't believe this side because of the same thing that you're trying to do right now, which is feeding me this information? What kind of shit is that? Like, they think that that's a good arguing point, when in reality, bro, it also could be used against your point, you dumb fuck. Oh my miss. And it's because people don't even give any thought to the shit that they say. Or they just feel that people are too lazy that they won't actually grab the information that they're saying and putting it to the test. Why wouldn't they? Or why would you think that people wouldn't do that? So why the fuck would you lie? That shit makes no sense, bro. That's the one thing, like I say, with liars, bro, that just doesn't make any sense to me. You know that somebody on here could just look up or go and see the shit that you're saying if it's true or not. So why the fuck would you lie, bro? Like, it's like they feel like they're hoping, actually, that people are too lazy to actually, go and take the time to go and look up the shit that they're saying. It's like, why? Somebody out there's gonna do that, bro. So why the fuck are you gonna come on here and lie, bro? That's crazy. That's how you already know, bro, that these people are stuck in delusion, bro. It's an illness already, especially for these liars. It's crazy. What up, MC Shadow? Who are your favorite battle rappers besides Crooked I? Besides Crooked I, who are my favorite battle rappers? Damn. Probably Locksmith. I probably would say Locksmith is definitely up there. But besides Locksmith, maybe Murdoch's. Murdoch's is also good. Murdoch's could go for a long time, bro. That mother, it seems like that fool's brain never shuts off, right? Murdoch's will probably be 1, 2. Murdoch's, Locksmith. Who else do I think is like really, really good? Beast from the East. He's legit too. He's legit. Damn, bro, that's actually a hard one. Like, if I had to pick between those three, I don't even know who the fuck I would pick between those three. Oh, I can't. Oh, no. Hey, shit. Nah, he wouldn't. Maybe Hobson. Hobson actually battles pretty good. I don't know. That's a tough one, bro. Shit, the list is infinite, bro. Nah, you know what? Maybe Murdoch's, because I feel like that fool never. I feel like he could just go and like, he's like the Energizer Bunny, bro. Like, that fool, like, just won't stop rapping. Like, he could just like fucking rap forever. And it's just like, damn, this guy is crazy. And it's crazy because they throw him different topics, right? Like, while he's rapping, they be throwing shit on there, trying to, like, throw him off. No, but he fucking keeps going, bro. He just grabs that and he keeps rolling. And I'm just like, fuck it, ain't, bro. And that fool's grammar's like infinite, bro. Not like other rappers that start like repeating shit. Like, now this fool just goes off some other shit. But then people are like, well, that shit, well, what is he saying, though? And they try, one of the criticisms that he gets is that, bro. And it's like, it's not his fault that you don't understand the words that he's saying, bro. It's not his fault that you're not educated, bro. That you don't know your grammar. Like, how you gonna say that fool sucks just because you don't understand the words he's saying? How's that his fault? That shit is crazy. That's why people think that these fucking Cat in the Hat rappers are chingon. Like, that shit was sick. Like, why? because he rhymed, that he had a hat while he was rolling with his cat. Psst. You think that's hard? My God. Or because he's able to rhyme about, him rolling with his bitch and how he's loading the clip. Oh, what's after that? Dick? Lick, maybe? Come on now, bro. And it's one of the things that when people, when they critique my rapping, that's one of the things I get to. Like, fool, it's because you use all these words, bro. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it's like, oh my God. I guess. It is what it is. Because that's one of the criticism when somebody, is like letting me know like they really didn't like that rola. And I mean this by homies, like my homies. Like, oh, well, what's wrong with it though? Like, it's because right here, fool, you started talking about shit that is like, I don't even know. Like, what does these words even mean? It's like, oh, are you serious right now, bro? Like, well, this means this, and that. All right. Now it makes more sense. Like, yeah. I be clowning on them, bro. Like, you're a fool, bro. So you're telling me it's just because you didn't understand the words. That's why you said it sucked. Like, yeah. Like, nah, bro, but don't think that I'm going to be the only one that didn't understand, bro. These people are not going to understand either. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. I don't know. Hello, from Sunland. Well, shout out to Sunland. I heard of social media. Best Buy is not gonna sell CDs no more. Yeah, because it's how can I say, it's not beneficial for them, like, financial wise, right? Because people are moving away from CDs now to streaming and stuff like that, right? So it's just like taking up space, right, for something that could be more profiter, and they're not the only ones, this is, pretty soon CDs are going to be obsolete, because at the same time, you also have to think about this, companies see that it's a waste of money, right? Like, why am I going to spend money on getting CDs and getting cases and shit like that, right? So that they don't see it like beneficial no more, or, that's just the way it is, kind of like with VCRs. That's with technology, everything, evolving, you keep up with times, you get left behind. Everything upgrades, including, how people listen to music. It's kind of like Walkmans. Like, why would they sell Walkmans? No one's here. Nobody listens to Walkmans no more, or tape players or cassette players. You know what I mean? Because cassettes used to be the shit before. Shit, I remember bumping in the tapes, or recording music on the tapes. You used to, on the radio, you put the tape in and press record. Shit. Oh, I used to have the cassette players and all that shit, That's how we used to think we were rolling. Pagers and everything, bro. The beepers. Damn, bro. I feel like a dinosaur now. I remember I had a little fucking blue one. But that was a long time ago, bro. Going to the payphone. Hey, fool, who has a quarter, though? And then the CD players came out, and I remember when those shits first came out, bro, because I remember they were a hot ticket. People were getting robbed for them, because you would make money, robbing a, CD player. You get some good money out of that motherfucker. So I remember when they first came out too, bro. I was like, damn, bro, shit, gotta come up. The fucking Walkmans and shit. We're assholes. Shit is crazy. Loaded Knox. Arsenal. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Arsenal's fuego. He's another, savage on the mic. I feel like copies are gonna die out and everything is gonna be digital. It sucks. Yeah, that's just the way it is. It's just, you save, companies save money at least. They don't have to spend money on discs and cases, and you know what I mean. So, companies are always gonna look, for different ways to save money. The more money they get, the least they want to spend. Right? That's just how corporations work. It's like the more money that's coming in, the least they want to pay the workers and the least they want to spend on materials and shit like that. They start looking for cheaper things because they get, I guess, bit by the greed bug, right? Where it's just like they want more and more and how to spend less by, to get more and more. Like, bro, these motherfuckers already have so much money. It's like they're stressing it, bro. When it's like, bro, you have so much money, you don't even know what to do with it, bro. You have like 5 houses, my guy. Fuck are you stressing over? It's because I want 10. You want 10 houses? What the fuck do you need 10 houses for? To be able to say I have 10 houses. Motherfuckers don't even live in the houses, bro. They just buy the houses just to buy them. That shit is crazy, bro. That shit is so stupid. Like, oh, I just have that, just, for, once in a while, go and just, chill at that house. Like, and why exactly do you need 20 vehicles for? Just to be able to say I got 20 vehicles. Because I really don't drive none of these. They just sit there. Huh. So what's the purpose? Because that way I get to say that I have these cars. Oh, all right. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. And then if I want to match, with a certain outfit, I just, take a car. Oh, okay. You do get a lot of stuff on CDs. I still play 8 tracks. Oh, no, yeah. Next, bro, because I still, I collect CDs, so, I know that they're still up, but I know as time goes by, it's just going to become more of a, I guess, like, kind of like how people, still collect the vinyls, the fucking, big ass black, fucking records. You know how there's some people that still collect those and hear those, right? But it's rare, right? But there's people that collect them, right? So I feel like CDs, it will become, similar to that, at one point. Same with comics and everything else, right? The cat, boy, you did was fun. Don't tell me that, my guy. Don't say that. I one time did a rap, just goofing around, just because I heard a song and I found it so fucking irritating, right? Just because it was so generic and basic, and people loved it, right? That I did a similar, style of that, just goofing around. I was just like trolling, I guess you could say, right? And people were telling me that that was good, bro. That shit slaps, and I was like, oh my god. And I was like, fuck, you gotta be kidding me right now. Even the homies like, hey, fool, that shit was banging. Like, I was fucking joking around, bro. Like, I literally did that just to fucking. I'm like, I give up. I give up on people. Like, how could you think that shit was chingon, bro? And people were actually compliment. That's probably one of the ones that got complimented the most. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, right? And I could have ran with it, right? Like, oh look, I found something that people like, but I just couldn't do it, bro. I just couldn't do it, like, because how fucking stupid that I thought it was, that I just couldn't go with it. Like, even if it would have got me, what, I just couldn't. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that, bro. Because I thought that shit was so stupid. I even took like a newer type, modern day type beat, bro, and I was just like, so you're telling me this is what you guys want to hear? I'm done. I was like, I'm done. And it's not that hard to see what people, want to, like, I guess, to make you, blow up. Even with YouTube, right? Like, you already know the kind of video, if you throw out there, that people will dig and watch, right? But it's just something that I just can't do, though, It's just like, damn, fool, am I really gonna be doing this shit for the view? Like, did it really come down to that? Am I really at this point right here where we doing this kind of shit? Like, I get it, sometimes having morals and principles, you'll never, grow like that, right? But I guess sometimes, it's better to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and know who you are than, these people that fucking desperately, try to put a facade. Because then that empire always crashes down. They always get exposed for lying and this and that. And it's like, why are you guys doing all this shit for, though? Like, is that attention really that important to you guys? Like, how bad was that neglection, though? It must have been really bad. Because these individuals be fucking like, what's that guy's name? Soldier Boy, right? Not only him, but others like Takashi and other individuals that cry for attention. And it's like, bro, it's like, is that fame really that important to you? That shit is crazy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my lunch is over. We got to get back to it. It was good chopping it up with you guys. As always, we out.